Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about how to add your custom tags to the base set of tags we already have in MidSwap. So you'll see that down here in the timeline, we have our base system tags listed here. And this is a soccer example. In our soccer example, in our system tags, we have period, possession, set plays, attack thirds. We have middle, defensive thirds, shots, turnovers, 50-50s, fouls, pass, and crosses. Now, you as a coach may want to add extra things on top of what we do for you. Things like maybe coaching review points where there's specific techniques or things that you want to come back to and look at with your guys. Maybe there's points where you want to mark the formation that they're in, or maybe you want to grade your players. So the way to do that is go to your tags right here, and it's going to pull up your tag manager. And in the tag manager, you're going to see the list of system tags already set here. And let's go ahead and talk about each part of these system tags and what they mean. So the first part is the name, the first column. So you've got the name of the tag. So you'll see we've got a possession tag here. And then the second column is the lead time. And what that means is when you press the button to start tagging, it's going to add on an additional lead time of whatever that value is. And possession time, it's 2 seconds. And so if you're watching the game and all of a sudden they change possession and you have to change the possession tag, then it's assuming you might be just a split second too late. So it's going to account for that, give you a little bit of lead time to make sure that it gets the beginning of that play into the clip. And you can adjust that based on what you want. Like, for example, I've got shots here at 5 seconds. That way then I can maybe get the assist part of that shot that's being tagged, or anything before that play or the particular event's happening. Now the next column is the duration. And there's some events that you're going to want to set a duration, and there's other events you don't want to set a duration. And the possession, again, is an example of we don't want to set a duration, because the possession, we don't know when it's going to start and when it's going to end. The possession could last for 3 minutes, it could last for 30 seconds, it could last for 5 seconds. So we leave that blank. Okay, the tags that we set a duration on are events that we know have a set amount of time. And for example, set plays. A set play in a soccer game usually has an estimated, or you can kind of guesstimate how long a set play is going to take and what frame of time that's going to exist in. Same with a shot. We know a shot only lasts for a certain period of time, 2-3 seconds. And so these tags then are simple push button tags. You push the tag once and it encapsulates that period of time on the timeline for that play. So again, the shot tag right here has a lead time of 5 seconds and a duration of 5 seconds. So this clip, it'll be 10 seconds long. Now the hotkey, this allows you to assign a key on the keyboard for the tag. And this is really how you're going to be tagging most of your data. It's really the fastest way, and it's the easiest way to get through a game with your keyboard shortcuts. Now, keep in mind that the very bottom row of the keys, the Z, X, C, V, B, N, and M keys, those are reserved for the playback controls. And so if you try to create a tag and use one of those keys, it's not going to let you do it because those are playback control keys. So stick with pretty much anything else above that, the number keys, all the letters above that, and then you'll be able to use that for your keyboard shortcuts. Now on the right side here, this is our metadata that can be associated with any of these tags. So for any tag that you create, you can now assign metadata values that further define that tag. For example, the period tag. Okay, you're going to want to be able to tag period when the period starts and when the period ends. But you're also going to want to be able to classify which period is it, the first period, second period, and so forth. And so you can then go to your metadata and you can add metadata for that. Possession tag is an example of you want to be able to classify who has the ball. And this has a metadata value of the teams that are assigned in your playlist, Kansas City or this team or Colorado and so forth. The set plays, that has a metadata value of all the different set plays that exist in soccer: free kicks, penalty kicks, corner kicks, throw-ins, and so forth. So let's go ahead and create our own. And all we do is go to add tag and then name it. So let's just do a simple one for now. We'll do coach review. And then I'm going to do a hotkey of, we'll do R. That's not used, and that's in the tag name. So now I've got a simple coach review tag that's got a lead time of 2 seconds. It's not a duration tag, which means I'm going to start it by pressing R, and then when it's done, I'm going to press R again to end it, and that's going to create that clip on the timeline. Now let's go ahead and create another one that I want to add some metadata to. So I'm going to add another one, and we're going to call this one, let's do player grade. So maybe you want to grade players in certain situations. So let's do that. And then we'll add we'll just assign it for the sake of demonstration here. We'll just do K. And now I want to add a metadata list to this, what grades I want to actually attach. So now we'll go to add metadata, and I'm going to do a list. There's 3 types you can do. You can do a text, which means you might want to freehand type in an answer, whether it's a specific note, coach review, type, observation, or whatever it might be. You can do a number tag, which is entering in any arbitrary number, or you can do a list tag, which defines a preset list of values that you want to select from. And most of the tagging that you'll do will be a list type. So let's do a list. And we're going to name this just the grade. Then we're going to add the item, and we'll just do, again, for the sake of demonstration, we'll do good, and we'll do bad. And then we'll click save. So now I've got my metadata for this particular player grade. Now let's X out of here, and we're going to go back to our timeline. So now what I can start to do is, when I've added those tags, I've got my custom tags listed here: coach review, player grades. One of the neat things we've done is you can actually minimize. If you don't want to look at the system tags, you can minimize those and just show these. If you want to show those, you can click the plus and show them. But let's go ahead and let's minimize those. So now when you want to tag your coach reviews or your player grades, we can go into tag mode here. And now we can start to tag this. So I'm just going to let's do a coach review point here. So we'll press the R key, which starts it. And you see that as I pressed it, it's depressed, so I know it's on. And it's creating an instance here in the timeline. It's creating a blue instance, a blue clip. And then when I want it to end, I'll press R again, and now it ends it. And that's my coach review point. So as you're going through your game and you're marking different review points, it's as simple as that. Just pressing the R key and then pressing it again to stop it. Now let's take a look at the player grade that we added. So let's do that. So if we want to grade a player on a specific spot, we can press the K, and that pulls up the metadata associated for that play, or for that tag, excuse me. It pops up. We can select whether it was good or bad. That was good. Okay? And because this is a start and stop tag, you don't have to press done if you don't want to. If you want to get rid of it, you can do that. And then we set it. Another way to do it is if I press K again, I can select the value for this, and then I can actually just leave it up, and then when I press K again, it removes it and it assigns that value that I'd selected to the tag. So that's a pretty good overview of how to add custom tags to your tag set.